I will send the recorded file to you later. Yeah, Dian?
Yeah.
Yeah, you may start now.
Okay. First of all, I would like to say good afternoon and
Good afternoon.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Today I will
Do you guys hear Dian's voice?
I didn't hear Dian's voice clearly, Miss.
Yeah, me too. Please tell Dian whether you hear her voice clearly or not. Yeah.
Yeah. What about now?
Yeah, we can hear.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Now I would like to present the research project seminar on language literature with the topic liberal feminism in Little Woman 2019 movie by Greta Gerwig. So first, I will explain about the background of the writer to choose the topic. So the reason why I choose the topic divided into three main points. The first is to observe the feminism thought through the literary work. So the first thing I choose this movie because by the movie I can find the social issues about feminism. And Little Woman by Greta Gerwig actually one of the famous feminism novel which is written by Louisa May Alcott, and it is made to be a movie by Greta Gerwig. The second is to analyze about gender inequality that cause feminism. So, from this movie, I would like to show about the gender inequality, which happen in our society, uh, which the first time before people didn't realize that they did inequality gender for a woman, but I want to show the gender inequality but from this literary work. And the last is to learn the essence of the liberal feminism. So from this point, I want to show that feminist is not about anarchism, not about women who try to be a leader, who try to make what is this? Uh, to move the position of men. No, for me, the feminism is more about liberal thought that is agreed about equality, that women and men has the same right and they are equal. There's what I try to show in this research. The next is the formulation of the problem. So in this research, I formulate the problem into the 5 questions. The first is about
Dian,
how does
would you
yes.
please scroll down your slide so that the other audience can see it?
Yes, I already.
You go to slide 5, but it is still in slide 1, right?
Yes.
I go to the slide formulation of the problem is.
Yeah, click on it.
Yes, it is. In my PC is on.
It remains. Yeah, now that's what we want to
Yeah.
see.
Yeah. So the next is formulation of the problem. Yeah, I divided the question into first, how does Josephine March describe as the main character of the movie? The second question is, how does Josephine March reflect the liberal feminism values in this movie? The next question is, what makes the main character reflect liberal feminism values? And the next is how people around the main characters respond to Josephine March feminist thoughts. And the
Mhm.
last question is, what are the benefits of the emergencies of the liberal feminism? But in this case, I'm not going to explain all, but only the three question of the question. The first is, how does Josephine March reflect liberal feminism values in this movie? The second that I will explain is about what makes the main character reflect liberal feminism values, and the last is about how people around the main characters respond to Josephine March feminist thoughts. Should I explain the purpose of the
Now
researches?
you may skip it. What a nice presentation here.
Yeah. Okay, the next we are going to see the theoretical review that I use here. The first is the theory from Cote, Campbell, and Kelly in Macmillan,
Mhm.
2007. So here he described that male violence against women was the subject of much activity for feminists, and the first Virtue for Battered Women was opened in 1972 in London. So by this uh, explanation, we can see that the first the first thing that made feminist movement is about male violence to against women. So the first time feminism arise is about how people try to against the discrimination of the male person into the female person. And the next is by Alkov and Caputo in 2011. He said that liberal feminism is the terms to designate those currents within feminism in which the connections between the certain analysis of the gender inequality and the politics of empire are most dense and pervasive. So in here, I would like to say that I can say that liberal feminism is about the movement of women who try to get their freedom. Yes, liberal is freedom. So by compare the liberal thoughts with the feminist thought, it comes to be liberal feminism, who try to give the woman freedom that they didn't have before. The next is the theory by Clegg. It is more explain about the feminism in literary. So in literary theory, feminist theory usually refers to two strains of thought concerning the relation between gender and writing. So in this theory, explain that the feminist in literary works is most about the gender and writing. For example, in Shakespeare works, Romeo and Juliet, we can say the feminist thought by looking for the freedom that Juliet didn't have. So
Mhm.
she didn't have the the choice to make her own life, but it is his her life is divided. It is why because gender is important. I think that gender is something really unequal in the past time. So Clegg say that the difference between the relations between literary works and feminist thought is about the gender and the writing. The next is liberal feminism by Miller. He
Would you please
say
scroll
that
down?
liberal scroll down
Yeah, scroll down the slide.
like this, Miss.
It is still on slide 10.
Yes,
Okay, yeah.
yeah. Miller say that liberal feminism is a kind of feminism works with the structure of mainstream society to integrate women into it and make it more responsive to individual women's right. Yeah, as I explained before that feminist is about the structure of feminist is about the mainstream society who thinks that woman is subordinate of men and woman didn't have right as the same right as men have. So yeah, we are going to the research method that I use here. Mm, the first is theory by Creswell. In this research, I use Creswell to support my research because he said that research method are plans and the produce procedure for research that spans the step from broad assumptions to detailed method of data collections, analysis, and interpretation. So by the Creswell, I have the views about how important research method is because we are going to do research, but we have to make the research become structural and it can help the research become better and more easier to be understand by the readers or the participant. And the second, I used the theory by Bell in 2010. Uh, he is supporting the reason why I choose the qualitative perspective or qualitative research method because he said that qualitative perspective are more concerned to understand individuals' perceptions of the world. So, because in this movie, I analyze about the main characters, the Josephine March, which is the human, and I think it is the most what is this? It is good to use the qualitative research method. I think it is the best. It is the best way that I can choose because the qualitative is more about is not about most about individual's perception. So we can analyze about the woman's perception by these theories. So I will skip the next theories and go to the section 3, which is the discussion. So the first example I give this is to answer the first question about how Josephine March reflect liberal feminism. values in this movie. Here we can see the dialogue between Marmee, which is the Josephine March moms, with the Josephine March as the main characters. Uh, in this dialogue, the firstly, Marmee is going to meet her husband, which joined to the wars uh, to but when Marmee wants to meet her husband, uh, Josephine, as the second old daughters, realized that she has no money to go, and she needs more money. She needs more money to help her mother. So he's go- uh, so she is going to sell the most the most important thing in her life, which is his hair. The reason why I put this as the feminist thought, it is because Josephine March, which is a woman, she brave to do something very extreme in this case, because in that past time, for women, hair is the most important as their identity and as their beauty. So in this case, Josephine March show that he brave to against this perception that the beauty of woman is not about her hair, or it's not about something, but it's about their soul, their heart. So when Emmy March and Hannah, as the other cast here, know that Josephine March sell her hair to help her mother, it gives a very big effect and make them shocked, because it was the crazy things that women should not do in that time. Because yeah, as I told before, hair is the most important things, which give the identity and the beauties for the women.
Dian, can you scroll down the slide?
Yeah, tapi ini
Still 10 slide.
what about
Nah, baru.
tapi ini tuh nggak di slideshow. I didn't slideshow. Okay, I will continue. The next is the dialogue between Marmee and Josephine March again. Here, Marmee and Josephine told about the Josephine actions, which reject the purpose of the sorry, I forgot the name. The When Josephine March proposes by friends of her, he brave to against he brave to reject his propose. It is because she loved her liberty. She loved her freedom so much. So when he say that, when he reject the proposes, actually she said because she feel lonely. But in other side, she is very love his freedom. And by the word, I just feel like women, they have minds and they have souls, as well as just heart, and they got ambitions, and they got talents, as well as just beauty. And I'm so sick of people saying that love is just all woman uh, is fit for. I'm so sick of it, but I'm so lonely. So by this dialogue, it's reflect the liberal feminist that Josephine March has, because he at that at that era, people thinks that the rich man is the highest that woman can reach at that time, because the main reason woman's life is to have a good or glamorous life. But in this case, Josephine March has different perceptions. He thinks that woman has the same right as a man do. He believes that women have a mind, have soul, and has a dream that they can reach if they want. So they can choose to make their own life, not uh, Mbak Ian lagi kelas. That that woman can reach what they want, and woman can get as same as men can do. And the next is to answer the question about what makes the main character reflect liberal feminism values. So there are three main reasons why the main character in this movie reflect liberal feminism value. The first is to show her thinking about gender equality. So Josephine March in this movie mostly show about her her thought that there is disagree with people's perception that woman is just subordinate, and that woman is just need to follow the old tradition, which must marry the rich person and take care of the household to be a good woman and to have a good life in others people's opinions. So in this case, Josephine March tried to show her thinkings that he wants to show the equality. He wants to get the equality, and she wants to get the same right that she can get. She must be change people's opinion that women cannot reach their dreams, that women cannot mm, uh, cannot have the freedom. And the next reason is to erase the gender discrimination. In this movie, Josephine March clearly show their feminism thoughts, because she wants and she tries to erase the gender discrimination. She wants to prove that women can reach their dreams, and that women can do well as men do. And the last reason is that uh, he tried to change the social stereotype that women forbid to speak up and to have an opinion. Yes, in this section, no, I mean in this description definition, um, Josephine March tried to change the stereotype in the society that women cannot be speak up in public or cannot give their opinion. It is something Josephine March want to change. The first is it shows by Josephine March, who always speak up about her opinion, speak up about what her feel, what her opinion. He always brave to express that, which is the other women's only save it for their own, but Joseph and March brave to share what their thoughts.
Dian, I think you only have 2 minutes. Yeah.
Okay, Miss.
Yeah.
So the last is about how people around the main character respond to Joseph and March feminism thoughts. I will explain it shortly by the dialogue about Joseph and March and on March. We can see the dialogue of thank you on March for your employment and your make kindness, but I intend to make my own way in the world. By this dialogue, it shows that Joseph and March believe that he can make their own world. But on March, chuckling and underestimate her because on March has the same opinion as people think that women cannot reach their dream. So in this case, on March, as the character around the main characters. Respond the feminist thought of the main character by giving the underestimate opinion or comments to the Joseph and March thoughts. Okay, I think that's enough I can give for today.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Applause for Dian.
Sorry for
Clap, 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 clap.
a lot of mistake. I think it's too long, but yeah.
Yeah, we only
Sorry for that.
actually today I think Zoom gives me about 40 minutes, so that's why you have to present in 10 minutes for each of you. But if it is closed suddenly, so we have to rejoin again. Yeah. Okay. Now we go to Mila. Mila, do you use your laptop? Okay. Can you do a share screen? And would you please close your PowerPoint? Stop your share screen here. So that we can do the same way.
I already stopped it, Miss.
Yes. Okay. We can see it. Where are Olul and Irfan? Bas?
I don't know, Miss.
You don't know? Mila, would you please take the most important slide, yeah? Yeah, click on your PowerPoint, Mila. Not yet. Icha, would you please help Mila, or Dian, would you please help Mila? What should she do?
Just click Mil.
Click on the PPT. Double click, yeah? Yeah. We can see it now. Okay. 10 minutes ya Mila. Take the most important slide. In Bahasa Indonesia, we call it salin dia. So when you use Bahasa Indonesia, do not say slide. Say it as a salin dia.
Where is the background? Richard Jewell's film is a true story experienced by Richard Jewell, a security officer who managed to save many people from bomb attack in a concert. His heroic act
Louder, please, Mila.
yeah,
Louder,
when
please.
he was turned into as a bombing suspect. It was the conflict and the life experience of Richard Jewell that made me very interested to discuss further about this. My focus is on the personality of Richard Jewell shown to the public, as well as a big reason why he quickly turned into a suspect by his heroic action. And the next is the question. I have three main questions for this analysis. The first is what is the characterization of Richard Jewell in the film? The second is what is meant by it, ego, and superego. The third is what is the components that appear on the Richard Jewell's character. It means what is component it, ego, and the superego. Okay, the next is the research methodology. For the first method is used choosing of the topic. So my topic is psychoanalysis, and the second method is designing the research. The third is citation. The fourth is collecting the data. So I at the research methodology is purposive sampling. I use my judgment when choosing my data and analysis. So I do not collect the Q&A from other participants. So I made my judgment on my data. And the next is theoretical review. The first theory is from Diamond. It is about the psychoanalysis. However, as already noted, psychoanalysis suggests that body image can be reduced to an abstracted your idea status, albeit complex, relating to memory, fantasy, and the like. So the sample work psychoanalysis is the study of personality. So the psychiatry,
Psycho.
psychiatry
Mhm.
learn the trauma in the past from the patient. So the psychoanalysis is the study of personality that psychiatry learn from the traumatic from the patient. So the next is the it. The it is driven by the pleasure principle, which strives for immediate gratification of all desires, wants, and needs. If these needs are not satisfied immediately, the result is a sad anxiety or tension. The next is the ego. The ego operates based on the reality principle, which strives to satisfy its desires in realistic and socially appropriate ways. The reality principle weighs the cost and weight and benefit of an action before deciding to act upon or abandon impulses. And the last is the superego. The superego acts to perfect and civilize our behavior. It works to suppress all unacceptable urge of the id and struggles to make the ego act upon idealistic standards rather than upon realistic principles. The superego is present in the conscious, conscious, and unconscious. The simple word is it is our natural needs. Like we feel hungry, and our ego is how ways we fulfill our hungry. So and then the super ego is what when we want to fulfill our hungry, we have to buy food or we yeah we it's like the three component is like the it is our needs, natural needs. The ego is how to fulfill the needs, and the super ego is just like just like how to mengisi wadah untuk menampung the previous component. Okay, so the next is the discussion. So this is the answer for the first question, Richard Jewell's characterization. The first is major character. Richard Jewell is the main character in this film. The story is about his problems to face alleged bombing he did not commit. And then the next is flat or static character. Richard Jewell's character is do not change as long as the film. His character remains the same. There is always wants to deal with all the problems, but still in its sense, even though it is dealing with problems. So this is the answer for the question number 1. The meaning of it, ego and superego. It is the only component of personality that is present from birth. Personality is based on unconscious action and natural behavior of humans. It are driven by the principle of pleasure and strive to always satisfy desire and needs. And the next is the ego. The ego is a component that supports the it component. The ego is responsible for dealing with problems with reality and ensuring they are accepted in the real world. The superego. The last component is the superego. Superego is the development of refinement of the ego of the it and ego components. The superego accommodates all moral internalization standards and ideals obtained from parents and society that are considered right or wrong. Okay, so this is the last answer from the third question. The component appears in the Richard Jewell's character or personality. This is its personality. The action taken by Richard in the picture beside is to show that he is trying to satisfy his desire to behave as a security officer. The it he shows include lawless, which can break the rules for his desire. Actually happen in the scenes. It is actually Richard do not have authority to break to inspection the student. So the man with the officer uniform is Richard Jewell, and the blonde man is the college student. So Richard Jewell break into his room and inspect his in his room. So actually, Richard break the rules because and the second is ego personality. To be able to realize the desires of the personality and to remain acceptable to the real world, Richard, who suspected something, shared his suspicions with other officers so that they could be handled properly. And
Where is Mila?
Mila.
We lost our presenter. Yeah, Mila, hello. Do you have any problem?
My
I think Mila should share. Yes. Let's go back to the last slide.
To be able to realize the desire of the personality and to remain acceptable to the real world, Richard, who suspected something, shared his suspicions with other officers so that they could be handled properly. In this case, Richard continues to fulfill his desire with the principle of ego. So, because from the previous action, he is lawless or break the rules. So, in ego personality, he is trying to be acceptable in the real world. It's like these scenes, we got ourselves a suspicious package. We better call in it. So Richard do not act by himself, but he is trying to call other officers to handle the suspicious package. Okay, so this is the last data, superego personality. From the two previous components, Richard's superego component still wants to protect many people who indeed are moral standard in society. Uh, just like Richard's dialogue, because I believe in protecting people, sir. So, um, however, however, Richard still have hati nurani, uh, a good uh, a good behavior to protect many people. Yeah, uh, although his act is sometimes wrong or um, break the rules. Okay, I think that's all my presentation. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, applause for Mila. Clap, 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 clap. Okay, we go to the next presenter. Where is Fifi?
Go to take my earphone first, yeah.
Ah, is it?
Take my earphone.
Okay, yeah. It is now Fifi's turn to present her presentations. So we will wait for her. Remember that it is only 10 minutes, yeah? After Fifi, Putri should prepare herself, and then after Putri, it should be Eriska, and the last is Linda. I don't see the male students here. Yeah. Okay, we wait for Fifi. This meeting is recording. Yeah, so I will share the recorded file to you later as our documentations. Okay, we go to Fifi. She has started screen sharing.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Afternoon class.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Okay, I will explain about my my report. The title is Dystonism Used in Panji Pragiwaksono Stand-up Comedy.
Would you please show us your title, your first slide, Fifi?
First slide.
Yeah, yes, because the audience are eager to see the title. So it is about feminism.
This feminism.
Okay, now you may
This is
start.
the title.
Yeah.
The first is the introduction and the background of choosing the title. I have three main reasons. The first is because in this era nowadays, people are using that bad language to express their feeling. Moreover, for my generation. And then the second is why stand-up comedy, because stand-up comedy is a show that often display honesty as it is. So there will be a lot of dystonism used in it. And the last is why Panji Pragiwaksono because he is the one of the comics who often his listener of viewers by his work in stand-up comedy. So of course there will be a lot of dystonism used by him. And the next is my formulation. I have 5 formulation. There is the theory of dystonism, the types of dystonism, the function, and the forms of dystonism used in Panji Pragiwaksono stand-up comedy. And then I limit it into 3 main questions. There is the types, the function, and the forms of dystonism used in Panji Pragiwaksono stand-up comedy. And then this is my, ini keep aja, Miss.
Yeah, just keep this.
And then my theoretical review. Dystonism is included in social linguistic study. Based on George Yule, the term social linguistic is used generally for the study of the relationship between language and society. From the definition, we can show that social linguistic is teach us about language and society because language and society cannot separate it. And then and then after social linguistic, dystonism include in figurative language. According to Raymond Gibbs and Herbert, figurative language generally refers to speech where speakers mean something other than what they literally say. So nowadays we can see people are talking about something but didn't directly say that. And then and what is dystonism by Dirk Geraerts? Dystonism is the use of a more negatively connoted, harsher, more offensive word. So dystonism is content of bad word that can make offend the hearer. And then types of dystonism. I use Kate Allen theory. There is 11 types of dystonism. And then function of dystonism, according to Eleonora, there is 10 function. And then the forms of dystonism, according to Liley, there is 4 forms of dystonism. And then my research methodology. In research design, I use qualitative design. And then research method, I use qualitative method, and the data, qualitative data. And then the discussion. The first is I just use one sample for each question. And the first is type of dystonism. The first is contraction. For your information, contraction is divided into some type, but in this sample, this is the type of acronyms. In this data, Panji said that the situation is the video title is about legalization prostitute in Indonesia. In this part, Panji said ada anak malas belajar. Ini kamu tuh mau jadi apa sih? Kok malas banget belajar? Lihat kakak kamu Jablay sukses sekarang. Di sini in this sample, in this sample, Jablay is the dystonism word because it is the acronyms, the combined words between it is the first famous word from Titi Kamal songs. Do you know that? Jablay, jarang dibelai. It is the acronyms of jarang dibelai. It is Jablay. And then the function of dystonism. I choose criticizing in this part. Panji was criticizing the showmaker that they didn't played his name on the background of the stage. So he said, dan kenapa gue berani ngomong gini? Kenapa si Panji berani ngomong gini? Duh, gak ada tulisannya lagi, brengsek gitu. The dysphemicism word is brengsek. It is refers to the showmaker of the Panji show. Brengsek is included in criticizing because Panji is criticizing the showmaker. And then the last is the forms of dysphemicism. The adjective phrase. In this situation, Panji was talking about when he was in Trisakti University, and he said to the audience, to the student in the Trisakti University, ini depan gue kayak ada 800-an mahasiswa Trisakti, terus gue bercanda ice breaking gitu. Ayo siapa yang rindu zamannya Soeharto? 80% anak Trisakti angkat tangan. Gue langsung emosi jiwa gitu. In this sample, emosi jiwa is included in the adjective phrase of forms of dysphemicism. Thank you.
Okay, that's all.
Yes.
Yeah, what a nice presentation. Yeah, class, would you please applause for Vivi? Clap, 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 clap. Okay, now we go to Putri. Vivi, would you please stop sharing the screen? Okay, yeah. Putri, would you please share your screen now?
Ini gimana ya, Miss?
Click on the share screen. Icha, others, Mila, Vivi, would you please assist Putri so that the other can hear?
Udah.
Di bawah kayak share screen.
Udah.
The green one, you click share screen and then choose the file.
Click file.
Putri has to open the PowerPoint, right?
Yes. Oh iya. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Where is the slide?
Already, Miss.
Do you guys see the slide? The screen?
No.
Oh, we don't see it. Nah, Putri ada is okay.
Udah. I will present my proposal about the ambiguous on Doraemon the movie 2018, Nobita's Treasure Island, and the background. I have a three background. I will explain the background in my research. I have the reasons why I choose this topic. The first is to meet the requirements for passing the research project seminar on language and literature, and the second to know the characteristic of ambiguous sentences in the film, and the last is to find sentences or words that are included in ambiguous. And the next is limitation. I have a few questions, but in the limitation, I just take three questions. The first is why can a sentence in the film ambiguous? And the second, what are the characteristics of ambiguous sentences in the film? And the third is why some Doraemon magic tools use ambiguous sentences. And this question will be research that will be discussed. And the research method. Research method is the way research or steps taken by researchers to solve research problems. And in this topic, I choose descriptive analytical method. This method has the meaning of a problem-solving process that is investigated. But sorry for this slide, haven't done. And the next is theoretical review. According to Sandra Lynn Busaki, ambiguity is often referred to as uncertainty or the fullness of the meaning of language. According to Roger W. Su, ambiguity is often present in our life, and context is the common way to clarify it. Uh, it means we can understand that ambiguous is a word a word or sentence that can create confusion.
Would you
And
scroll down?
already scroll down theoretical.
No, we just see the first slide. Manually, click on manually. That's okay.
Oh my god.
You go to slide 5, right?
Yes.
Yes, you click on the slide 5.
Already.
Okay, we go to the slide 5. Yes, gone.
And the context will clarify from the ambiguous sentence, and from the theories explanations. Ambiguous can be interpreted that the unclear sentence occurs because the word has two meanings or has a word meaning on the other side. And sample of data. At midnight 49, Nobita said, "Ayah jahat." And the ambiguous word in this dialogue is jahat. Jahat has bad meaning or does something bad. It can mean his father is criminal. A criminal is someone who does an act that is not good, and but the sentence or dialogue has a meaning that Nobita considers an evil father for having said something that makes Nobita sad. And the second, at minute 10:42, Doraemon said, "Baling-baling bambu." Baling-baling bambu is blades made of bamboo and will spin when exposed to the wind. And then 42 is blades made of bamboo and will spin. And this is one of Doraemon magical tools. And the name of the tools has a meaning in general. And these magical tools that can make us and but this tools is not made of bamboo. And the third is at minute 48:7. Sela said dia kerja di atas. In this dialogue, dia is Sela's father. The sentence explain that her father worked as a leader or the high position. In this dialogue, atas is ambiguous word. So the sentence does not explain that her father's workplace is above or is in high place, but Sela's father worked as a leader or the high position. I think it's enough. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Applause for Putri. All of you. Clap, 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 clap. Now we go to Eriska. Are you ready now? Please unmute.
Okay, I'm
Okay.
ready, Miss.
Yeah. Would you please share your
Okay.
screen?
Yes, I try to share screen.
Yes.
Okay, tes. Suaranya apa terdengar?
Yeah. The others, if you can hear Eriska's voice, would you please respond to her?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Miss,
Okay, good
may I
afternoon
go to the
all.
restroom?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Eriska, go on sharing your screen.
Okay. San, Isan, San.
You have to click on share screen at the below part. There is a green.
Gimana? Buka PPT yang tadi. Hah? Ini cepetan. Bentar.
Eriska has assistant. You just wait ya.
Nomor satu dari yang sudah muncul. Sorry,
Yes.
Miss. Apa sudah muncul?
Yeah, we can see your PowerPoint. You only have 10 minutes ya, Eriska. So you have to take the most
Okay.
important part. Yeah.
Just 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. I will start now.
Yes.
Can I start now?
Yes, of course.
Okay, good afternoon all.
Good afternoon.
How are you today? Okay,
We
I will
are so
explain
fine.
about I will explain about my paper, team paper proposal. Okay, the first, the
Eriska, we lost your voice.
oh, San, sini San.
No. You can we can hear you now. Yeah. Okay, go on.
Gimana? Suaranya.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, we can hear you.
terdengar, Miss?
Yes.
Okay, literature Literature and films are produced that contain of aspect human life, so that combination of literature and film makes art of high value in daily life. Human and need entertainment such as watching movie, so that the film contains artistic where the creator makes to purpose entertaining the audience. So the audience into the story. The writer is interested to this topic because Frozen 2 is the best animated movie, and after watching this movie, the writer found many variety of magic power of this movie, such as for mysterious symbol mean in Frozen 2, and in this chapter, the writer used mythology approach. Okay. Furthermore, Frozen 2 is very interesting to analyze. So, the writer chose the topic. In addition, one reason why Frozen 2 movie is interesting to use as topic is because Frozen 2 is animation movie that can watch by all genre. They are children, teenager, and adult. In addition, Frozen 2 is American 3D computer animated musical fantasy film. This movie is the sequel to the 2013 Frozen and featured the return of director Chris Buck and Jennifer Lee. Produced Peter Del Vecchio. Criticism songwriter Adrian Lopes and Robert Lopes and composer Christoph Bickley also returned as a screenwriter. Okay, next. 2.1 Formulation of the problem. In the scan found in the Frozen 2 movie, Elsa reconnects this pattern as water, earth, wind, and fire. So that Elsa with Anna, Kristoff, Sven, and Olaf decide they must follow this voice to the Echoton forest to save Arendelle from the apa nih? Alkan spirit. Based on the background of the problem above, the writer formulation the problem. What do four mysterious symbols mean in Frozen 2 movie? And how do each element is repressed by a psychical spirit, and how Elsa and Fran fight the power of magic in the enchanted of the forest. Next, how Elsa and Fran fight the power of magic in the enchanted forest to make it to their destination. Okay. 3 point the 3 research methodology. 3.1 Data collection technique. This research used film Frozen 2 by Chris Buck and Jennifer Lee as main object to the research. Furthermore, the writer downloaded Frozen 2 movie. After that, the writer watching this movie and this research used qualitative method where use analyze data using theory of expert to support this research. 6.2 Analyze data. Based on formulation, the writer found some data about Frozen 2 movie. After that, the writer tried analyze data based on theory and mythology approach. Okay, number 4. Theoretical review. Based on 2015.32, literature is not only identical with written language, there is also literature that form oral around society. So oral literature and written literature are interrelated to one another, so they have their respective function. Next, according to Endeswara 2013.50 approach is how the data is relevant and how the analysis is processed from an angel view of what research data would be processed until reaching a conclusion reliable. Therefore, mythology approach is used in describe element of fairy tales that are patched into 3D computer animated movie. Okay. 5 sample of data and analyze. There is found 4 picture. What 4 mysterious symbol found in Frozen 2 movie? The 4 symbol represent water, earth, wind, and fire, and the spirit rule over the ancient forest. Yang tadi mana, San? Yang tadi. Okay, I think it's enough.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, applause to Ariska.
Thank you.
We go to Ariska. Would you please stop Share screen, share scary. Would you please
Um,
stop your
okay,
screen
okay.
share? And then we go on.
Yes.
We go on Linda. Linda, you have about 10 minutes. Yeah.
Thank you for attention.
Yeah. What a nice
Yes, miss.
presentations.
Okay.
Linda, are you okay?
I feel a little bit sickness, but
Oh,
it's okay.
yeah. Keep healthy. Yeah.
Yes,
Wait up.
miss.
Wait up.
Thank you.
Mhm. Wait up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Linda, you may start now.
Ya. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good afternoon, all. Today, I'm going to present my research project seminar, which titled "Register Used by Mobile Legends Professional League Season 5 2020 Commentator." The first is I want to explain about the background. The background is the main reason why I choose this topic. The first is many interesting words used in a community. And then the second is to analyze the register used in a community. And then I have three problems that I'm going to discuss in my research. The first is what types of register used and what meanings of the register use and what functions of register use by the commentators in Mobile Legends Professional League Season 5 2020.
Mhm.
And then I have the literature review that supports my analysis. The first is I have from Wardour and Fuller, which is about register. Registers are sets of language items associated with discrete occupational or social groups, which means that a register is the language that usually used in certain groups. For example, like the word makeup. For most people and for the vlogger community, the word makeup means doing makeover to your face, like putting a lipstick on your face, applying a powder, or something like that. But for us, English student community, the word makeups can mean a substitute class for the previous class, which is not attended by the lecturer. And then the second, I have the theory from Hebert, which is about the function. Jacobson's model of the functions of language distinguishes 6 elements or factors of communication that are necessary for communication to occur. The first is referential, and then emotive, and conative, static, metalingual, and poetic. And then about the methodology. The research methods that I use here is qualitative methods, and the source of data is from YouTube videos of Mobile Legends Professional League Season 5 2020. The analysis, I use descriptive methods, and for collecting the data, I use observation methods. And then we go to the discussion. This is data one. In this conversation, Cornet said kalau benar-benar tembus 400.000 likes. In this conversation, the register that used here is the word tembus. In KBBI, the word tembus itself has meaning terobos or berlubang sampai ke sisi yang lainnya. But in here, the word tembus has been developed its meaning, which becomes uh, reaching more than 400.000 likes. And then the types of the register used in here is it appears in the forms of word. And then for data tool, the register that used in here is the phrase kaleng-kaleng, which is originally from the phrase kaleng-kaleng. But in the video, the commentator said kaleng-kaleng in English pronunciation. That's why it becomes kaleng-kaleng. And then the word kaleng-kaleng actual meaning is steel packaging, a tin can, which usually used as a container for food, beverages, oil, or water. But in here, the word kaleng-kaleng has meaning abal-abal or uh, low quality. And the type of register that appear in here is in the form of phrase. And then data 3 is the last data. It is for the question number 4, the question number 3. In here, the function of the language that applied here is a poetic word. It's poetic because the word tends to be dilebih-lebihkan. When Ranger Emas said, satu defiance word terakhir berhasil ditancapkan ke jantung seorang lemon. And then the other function is emotive function. It is emotive because the word is used to express their feelings. And the feelings that expressed in here is surprise. When Ranger Emas said, "Oh my God," and when Pak Pulung said the word "wow." And then I think that's enough for my presentation. Thank you for your attention.
Yeah, applause all. What a nice presentation. Okay, Linda, would you please stop sharing the screen share?
Yeah, Miss.
Okay, class, would you please show your face to me? I don't see Olul and also Irfan today and also last week. Your presentation are good. Yeah, can you hear my voice? Yeah.
Yes, Miss.
Okay. All of your presentations are good, but I think because for your final examinations, you will have about 10 minutes. It is almost the same with today's presentation. So I really do that. I really do and hope that uh, the 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 um, the presentation that you are going to show us in your final exam in your UAS should be fixed on 10 minutes. Yeah. So I think that you can review yourself that today, or maybe today I got more than 10 minutes or I got more than yeah, it maybe 10 slide is okay for 10 minutes. Yeah. So I want you to practice your slide and then practice to present at home. And then we go to the material of the presentations. Yeah, mostly the presentations you show in your PowerPoint are based on your title. And then I just want to see that you show us the simple one. Yeah, like Fifi. I think Fifi's presentation is good today because she only put the most point, the most important point. Yeah, remember that this is a presentation. We just show the most important point, and then after that you have to explain it. Yeah, And then do not read, do not copy from your Microsoft Word and then you put on your PowerPoint. Do not do that. Yeah, it should be the point. Remember that this class, the seminar class, will be a way for you to practice before you are presenting your scriptsy on your comprehensive test. So you have to know that there are only 10 minutes. So you have to put the most important point in your presentation. And after that, please put the tenses that you do understand, whether it is on present or or in continuous or whatever. Yeah, but during the presentation, if you can use a good tenses, it is better. But if you still get confused which tenses should I use, you can use the language orally that you can understand, and then you think that the audience can understand you. Yeah, you don't have to think, I'm not good in grammar, so what should I do? What should I say? Do not think about it. Yeah, because when you are going to practice on presenting your scriptsy letter, you will do it in front of your lecturer. You know them. Yeah. So remember that. Yeah. Nah, and then uh, uh, it is very so surprising that you guys got a very interesting PowerPoint. Yeah, you give the first impression that I get here, and I'm sure that the other also have the same feeling as me. That the PowerPoint, yeah, the first PowerPoint are very interesting, and it erase my eagerness, yeah, to see your presentation. So that's why PowerPoint also has a point for you to focus more. Yeah. So today is very interesting. Yeah. Do you have any questions? Because next week is our what should we call it? Silence week. Yeah, Fifi. Fifi, we cannot hear you. Yeah, we cannot hear you.
Is it okay if we bring a note for supporting
Yes.
the presentation?
Yeah. When you present your presentation, you are not allowed to read. Remember, yeah, that is presentation. You present something, but you can take a note. Yeah. For example, I have a note. This is my note. For example, this is my note. Yeah. I take the most important thing that I might be forget. Yeah. Oh, you see your note whenever you forget the thing, but before that, when you remember, just do your presentation. When you get forget, just see it and then do not read. See for a while and then go back to the presentation. Yeah. Okay. And then for your UAS, we are still doing online presentation. Yeah. So please give us only one case for each question. Yeah, and then please try to make simple, and then I don't see that all of you give us methodology. Please give us a methodology, because proposal is until methodology, right? Yeah, like Fifi use qualitative design, and then qualitative method, and then qualitative data. Why I ask you to see or to watch your friends' presentation? Because when you see your friends' presentations, you must get idea, right? Yeah, from your friends' presentation. You may use it. You may discuss with your friends. It's okay. Yeah. Sorry. That is the way to get a good information and good way to presenting our presentation. Yeah. Any other questions? No? No questions? I swear? You may ask your friends. You may ask your friends too.
Sorry, Miss.
Yeah.
I want ask.
Uh,
I want ask about internship.
internship. Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, your report are but yeah, maybe I will send it back to you. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Some are rechecked twice because I forgot. I have scribed on the printed paper, but then I do it again on the online one. Yeah, later. Yeah,
Okay.
before
Okay, Miss. Thank you.
skripsi, it will be written. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
thank you,
not
Miss.
much corrections. The others, and please practice. Yeah, some words are still weird. Yeah, some other are good. So please practice more in talking in English. Yeah, English, and then also try to eliminate using bahasa Indonesia in presentation. Yeah. Okay. Maybe when you get confused each other, you may do this Zoom meeting. Yeah. Okay. You may get 2 hours. Yeah. So if you get confused and then you want to discuss with your friends, you can also do a Zoom meeting or the others virtual meeting. Yeah. Okay. If there is no question, I think that's all for today. We are going to take our photo, right?
Sorry, Miss. For final test,
Mm-hmm.
we still using Zoom.
Who is that? Is it?
Putri.
Oh yeah, Putri. Yeah. What's wrong, Putri?
When final test we using Zoom and apa sesuai sama waktu 15.30.
I don't get any schedule, but I think maybe the schedule is different.
In si akad
Mm-hmm.
15.30.
Yeah,
In si akad.
yeah. Maybe the schedule is the same with our weekly schedule. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, we take the photo. Yeah. Smile, everyone. And then this is recording. Okay. I will send it to you later. What a nice class. You may take the picture by yourself. Wait up, yeah. Okay, once again, because we only have one page, so we take the other picture. You might give us that expressions or whatever, yeah. Okay. Once more, yeah. Okay. Well, I think that's all for today. Thank you for the presentations. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Stay safe.
Thank you, Miss.
Thank you, Miss.
Thank you.
Don't go anywhere.
Miss.
Yeah, have a nice
Thank you,
day.
Miss.
Yeah,
Stay healthy, Miss.
yeah, you may leave the room.
Yes.
Oh, you are going to say hello each other? Yeah, you may say hello to your friend.
Hey.
Say hello.
Annyeong.
안녕하세요.
Don't you miss your friends?
안녕하세요.
Especially Dian.
No, I miss everyone except Dian.
안녕, 비안 씨.
Linda, you have to be more healthy. Yeah. Because don't go anywhere.
Yes,
Okay?
Miss.
Yeah, Linda, don't go
Okay,
anywhere
Miss.
because this is very dangerous for you. You are not in a good health. So you have to be fit better, and then you have to avoid crowd. Yeah?
Okay, Miss.
Guys, don't forget to exercise. Olahraga, hidup sehat.
Yeah.
Olahraga.
Hey,
Okay.
Coach Nim.
Yeah. Should we go now?
Okay.
Okay. See you tomorrow. Or see you the other weeks. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
And I really hope that
See you all.
I really hope that you guys join the virtual meeting with the other friends, yeah, for our project. Okay, I will end the meeting now. Yeah, I
Okay,
hope that you
Miss.
are stay safe
Okay.
and then in good health. Bye-bye.
Amin. You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
You may leave.
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam.
Salam.